Welcome back to the second segment of our program, My Testimony. Thank you so much. Our guest on the program is Tinashe B, who has just been telling us what she was going through. Let me invite my learned friend, Dr. Wilfred Mutewe, to come and explain to us what was probably happening to Tinashe. Welcome, Doc, to My Testimony. Please be seated.
It's my pleasure, man of God.
Now, Doctor, you've obviously been listening to what Tinashe is saying, and I'm sure you had the chance to look at her x-rays and you saw what was happening to her. Can you explain to us what your colleagues saw?
Thank you, man of God. What Tinashe had was she had a mass in her right lung, and it was quite a huge mass, which was occupying almost 3/4 of the lung. We've got the x-rays.
Sorry, can you put it in layman's terms? When you say mass, what?
It was a lump, which was not lung tissue, but it was something else.
Just
At
foreign
that time,
tissue?
Yes, it was a foreign tissue which was growing inside of the lung, which was just as if there were cells which are multiplying abnormally inside the lung. If we can look at that x-ray which is shown on the screen, it's an actual x-ray. If you look on the left side, it's written diaphragm. On the other side, you can't see the diaphragm. There is that whitish thing there. That's the mass which was occupying the lobe of one of the lobes of the lungs. This image here is showing, she later on had what we call a CT scan or a CAT scan, which shows the things in greater detail. You can see that whitish thing there. On the left side, you can see the lung clearly. That black thing is the lung on the left side. But on the right, the lung is like squashed below, and you can see the mass, which is whitish above. You can see where that blue arrow is showing. That was a very huge mass, which was now crushing the lung. And you know, the lungs are there for us to breathe properly without any discomfort. But once the lung is crushed like that, one becomes very short of breath because there is now little area for oxygen to exchange so that you can do your normal activities.
Okay, so in such cases, what happens? You've just told us that the lung was squashed. Physically, how does one suffer, if they do suffer at all?
Yeah, there's a great deal of discomfort which one suffers with such a huge mass. Number one, because like I said, the lung is supposed to extract oxygen, the oxygen which we breathe, and then it goes into the bloodstream. But because that mass has now pushed the lung away, there is now little room for oxygen to exchange. So one becomes very short of breath, and one cannot even walk for a long distance, or even a short distance for that matter, because they begin to feel very short of breath. Even after doing a very light work, they begin to feel very short of breath. And in such cases, one would need to be admitted into a hospital and probably be put on oxygen to supplement the oxygen which we breathe. Because the oxygen which we breathe, the air which we breathe, contains 21% oxygen. So we give them 100% oxygen so that they can maximize on the little lung reserve which is left. So she definitely needed to be admitted. And the doctors also needed to know exactly what it was by probably taking either a biopsy. When we say biopsy is you are now opening up the chest and you are now taking a piece of tissue and then you send it to the specialists who are going to analyze it and then tell you whether it's a cancer. If it's a cancer, what kind of a cancer is it? Or the other thing is the doctors were going to open and then take out the whole mass as a whole, and then it will be analyzed in the lab.
Okay, so Tinashe, you were feeling very tired after doing some light work.
I was feeling tired. I was feeling pain. I just felt like I really wasn't breathing like I was before. And I could feel my whole body actually deteriorating.
And the doctor said there would be need for hospitalization. Were you hospitalized?
Yes, the doctor I went to said, you need specialist care. We definitely can't keep you here. So I was transferred to another hospital where I was then admitted under specialist care. And the following day, the specialist said to me, we can't wait long.
Sorry, is that you there?
Yes.
Can't be. Wow.
Yeah. So I was taken to another hospital, and the specialist said, we can't keep you without knowing what this is because we don't want you waking up dead. A lot of things.
We don't want you waking up dead.
Yes. And a lot of things were going through my mind, like dead from where? This happened, I was at work. I should have felt something, but, so he tried to take out the mass from my side, and I was wide awake. I remember the pain was excruciating. It was horrible because I was awake. And I had a bunch of nurses surrounding me, trying to comfort me and tell me that everything will be fine. And I could see his face before he told me that there's something awkward happening with you. He says, we're trying to take it out, to kind of suck it out with these huge syringes. He started with a very big sized syringe, and he tried another size, but there was just blood and blood and blood, of which he said that normally that was what was supposed to come out because it's exactly where he was trying to suck out. And he says, we can't see anything.
So in actual fact, the doctors couldn't do anything about it?
No, they couldn't.
All right. Let's find out what later happened to Tinashe when we come back for our third and final segment.